I was at my desk, sorting through work emails when my phone buzzed. A text from my wife. Nothing unusual, except lately those messages followed a pattern I couldn't ignore. Going out tonight with the girls. We'll be back very late. Don't wait up. Short. Direct. No details about where or who or when she'd actually be home. This was the fourth time in 3 weeks. Same vague message. Same dismissive tone. 6 months earlier, she would have told me everything. The restaurant name, which friends were going, what time she expected to be home. Now nothing. Just orders disguised as information. I wasn't stupid. I'd noticed the changes. Her phone face down on the table. New passwords on everything. Work events that never showed up on the company calendar. And then there were Violet and Kennedy. 2 weeks before that text, Violet Sterling messaged me. She worked in the same department as my wife. We'd met at company events before. Nice. Professional. Her message was brief but strange. Hi, this might seem odd, but I need to talk to you in person. It's about workplace situations you should know about. The next day, Kennedy Blake messaged me too. Same tone. It's unusual, but Violet and I have information you deserve to hear. Can we meet somewhere neutral? I mentioned both messages to my wife, casually over dinner. Hey, Violet reached out. Something about workplace situations? Know anything? The color left her face. She recovered fast and then deflected. Oh, Violet. She's always stirring up drama. Probably nothing. I wouldn't bother. That dismissal should have raised alarm bells. But I didn't respond to Violet or Kennedy. I wanted to see what would happen. So now, staring at the "Don't wait up" text, something clicked. I typed carefully, "No worries. I won't be alone. I have guests coming over tonight. Should be an interesting evening." Sent, phone down. Back to emails. 3 minutes later, my phone rang. Her name on the screen. I let it ring. Then a text. Who's coming over? Another call. Another text. You didn't mention plans. I picked up on the third ring. Her voice was tight. Trying to sound casual but failing. You said you have guests coming over? Yeah, some people from your work. Violet and Kennedy. They reached out a while back. Wanted to meet. Silence. 5 seconds. Then panic. You invited them to our house? She asked. They seemed insistent about meeting in person, I said. Why is there a problem? Those women aren't trustworthy. Kennedy's bitter she didn't get a promotion. Violet stirs up trouble. That was a lot of specific criticism for people she'd just called drama queens. What time are they coming? I asked. Around 7, she said. Then suddenly, I'm coming home. Change of plans, she hung up. It was 5:30. She bombed her own plans. Record time. She didn't know I hadn't confirmed anything with Violet or Kennedy. Her reaction told me everything. My phone buzzed again. On my way. Please don't let them in until I get there. Then another. Actually, can you cancel? Tell them we need to reschedule. I didn't reply. 20 minutes later, a car door slammed outside. The front door opened. She walked in, slightly out of breath. So about those women coming over, she started. It's just not a good night. I'm tired. The house isn't ready. I don't think it's our house, I interrupted. It's always ready. You planned to be out anyway. Look, I know those two. They're not good people. Violet spreads rumors. Kennedy is jealous. Whatever they say will be lies. She hesitated. That's how they operate. Stories about what happened at work. They're not trustworthy. I stood up. You're asking me to cancel a meeting with your coworkers who said they have important information I deserve to know. But you haven't explained what they might lie about. Her jaw tightened. Because I'm your wife and I'm telling you they're trouble. Isn't that enough? A few months ago, maybe. But lately she'd been vague about everything. Plans, nights out, passwords, distance. So no, right now it's not enough. She looked at me. I saw something I'd never seen before. Fear. Fine, I'm staying. I want to hear whatever garbage they plan to say. 7 came and went. No doorbell. My wife sat on the couch, scrolling. I watched her watch the door. Her leg bounced. At 7:15, she tried hope. Maybe they're running late. I still hadn't confirmed the meeting. I'd kept the messages from Violet and Kennedy unread. Part of me wanted to hear what they had to say. Another part wanted to see how my wife would react to the possibility of the conversation. Her answer was obvious. She was terrified. She suddenly snapped. You should have gotten confirmation from them. I did. They confirmed for 7. A lie. Watching her process, it was telling. What exactly did they want to talk about? She asked, careful. Workplace situations. Behavior at the office, I replied. Anything specific? Not yet. Better in person, she said. She was spiraling, trying not to show it. Finally, her phone buzzed. She checked it and went pale. Nothing, just an email, she said weakly. But she was shaking. I think we should talk. Just you and me. Before anyone else shows up, she said, moving closer. I know I've been distant. I'm sorry. I've been stressed at work, dealing with Violet and Kennedy's drama. Okay, I said. What do you want me to say? That whatever they tell you tonight is malice. They want to damage our marriage because they're unhappy with their own situations. If they want to damage it, let them try, I replied. If it's false, I'll know. You don't believe me, she snapped. You're implying it, I answered. Your behavior tonight doesn't match someone annoyed by gossip. You acted like someone afraid of specific information getting out. She was cornered. If Violet and Kennedy show up, I'm not canceling. I want to hear it. You can stay or go. The doorbell never rang. Relief washed over her. Looks like they're not coming, she said, shoulders dropping. I'm going to bed. Long day. After she left the room, I opened the messages from Violet and Kennedy, 2 weeks old. I typed, Hi, Violet. Sorry for the delayed response. Would you and Kennedy be available to meet tomorrow afternoon? Coffee somewhere neutral. I hit send before second-guessing. Violet replied within 20 minutes. Tomorrow works. Brewster's Coffee on Main Street. 2 sacks. Saturday morning, my wife was at the kitchen table, laptop open. Working on emails from Violet and Kennedy, she said when I asked. Her fingers froze. She closed the laptop fast when I pressed. By 1:30, I was at Brewster's. Violet and Kennedy arrived at 2 sharp. Nervous, professional. They sat down and went straight to the point. About 4 months ago, Violet started. Your wife started an affair with our supervisor. Gregory Marsh. He's married, 2 kids. My stomach tightened. How do you know? We've seen them late in his office. Messages. He's been confronted by his wife. He ended it 2 months ago, in March. After that, your wife started spreading rumors about Kennedy and me, claiming we slept with supervisors to get promotions. Kennedy slid screenshots across the table. Messages. Forwarded emails to HR, evidence of rumors started and fueled. Then Violet showed messages that implied Kennedy and Violet had inappropriate relationships. Careful wording. Damaging implications. We filed complaints, Kennedy said. But without clear proof of who started the rumors, it turned into an investigation that hurt all of us. You started an affair, I said after a long silence. How long? About 3 months. January through March. Is it still going on? I asked. No, they said. Gregory transferred departments. He requested it to avoid her. He's trying to fix his marriage. They handed me copies of everything, screenshots, emails. For the first time, I saw the context and the proof. I drove home in silence. Her car was in the driveway. I went inside. She was on the couch watching TV. I showed her one of the screenshots. Her messages with Gregory. No room for misinterpretation. Flirtatious, explicit, desperate. Her mouth opened. Nothing came out. Gregory Marsh, I said calmly. January through March. He ended it when his wife found out. Then you tried to destroy Violet and Kennedy's reputations because he chose his marriage. She stood. It's more complicated than that, she said. Tears started. I was confused. It was a mistake. 3 months is not a mistake, I said. It's a relationship. You knew what you were doing, she begged. I packed a duffel bag. Where are you going? She asked. Garrett's place. He has a spare room. I left. I didn't look back. That night I told Garrett everything. He listened. You doing okay? He asked. Honestly? More angry than hurt, I admitted. She made choices. Then she lied about them. Then she tried to ruin others to cover her tracks. Monday morning, I met Carson Mitchell, a divorce attorney. We went through the timeline, the evidence, the witnesses. You've got a solid case, he said. We filed. I separated finances. I documented everything. She called, begged, promised to fix it. I didn't pick up. Her texts piled up. Please come home. We can work through this. My reply was one sentence. Talk to your lawyer. I'll talk to mine. Friday, the papers were served at her office. She called, furious. You had me served in front of everyone. There is no private anymore, I said. We're getting divorced. Over the next weeks, negotiations were messy. She tried for the house, spousal support, half my retirement. Carson shut that down. With witnesses and the documented affair, spousal support wasn't happening. We settled on a 50-50 split of most assets. She kept the house. I kept my truck and most of my retirement. Fair. HR's investigation validated Violet and Kennedy's complaints. My wife received a formal reprimand for creating a hostile work environment and spreading false information. Gregory's transfer became permanent. His marriage fell apart. She called one night crying. They're destroying my reputation. Everyone treats me differently. You did this, I said. You chose that path. 3 days later, she signed. 60 days later, our divorce was final. Relief, more than anger or sadness, washed over me. The final hearing was 15 minutes. We didn't speak. Months later, life had changed. I moved into a smaller place. I focused on work. Promotion came in April. Garrett checked in regularly. I went on a few dates. Nothing serious. I took my time. I ran into Violet 6 months after the divorce. She smiled. You good? She asked. Better. Much better, I said. No more wondering where she is. No more vague texts. No more lies. Violet and Kennedy thrived. They both got promotions. They moved on without the sabotage. I felt peace, routine, and the knowledge that I'd handled everything with dignity. Some people say fight for your marriage no matter what. But there's a difference between a marriage worth fighting for and one where you're the only one fighting. Mine was the latter. I don't regret the divorce. I regret 8 years with someone who didn't value honesty. That's a lesson, not something to mourn. 6 months after the divorce, I was a different person. Not bitter. Not angry, wiser. Life was quieter and better. Work was good. Friends were supportive. Peace. No drama. No lies. Worth more than any marriage certificate. I kept that original text screenshot. Not out of bitterness, but as a reminder. Sometimes the trash takes itself out. You just have to let it go. If you made it this far, consider subscribing. It helps us a lot. I picked 2 other videos you'll probably enjoy. Click one now, and I'll see you in the next story. See you soon.